Let's take you to Portugal, home to a large oil and energy company on a mission to cut its carbon emissions in half by 2030.
They realized that they were wasting a lot of energy in the office buildings that they were based in around the world.
The company turned to Logicalis Portugal to change that. Logicalis deployed Cisco's Meraki SD-WAN technology that connected to IoT sensors. Those sensors then gather data on energy-draining sources like lighting, air conditioning, and water consumption.
And all these data points came in on a third-party platform, a building management system, that enabled our customer to have the telemetry that they needed to make the right choices around how they use those office buildings.
One of the key things that I think we've learned is how important data is. You got to know where you are to know where you need to go.
Sustainability has become business critical, and in some cases, it will even be mandated by law. California, as an example, will require businesses exceeding $1 billion in revenues to disclose their direct, indirect, and supply chain greenhouse gas emissions data. Companies with over $500 million in annual revenue will have to disclose climate-related financial risks.
This is where you first have to have really that baseline and go, where is the data coming from? What is the control? How are you actually testing it? Because quite frankly, a lot of this climate data also needs to be audited.
It's clear sustainability isn't just about doing good, but proving it, as we learned at the Cisco Partner Summit in November. Come with me, let's go get a look at what's going on over here. Here we saw the Cisco Spaces platform in action, which prides itself on turning any building into a smart space.
So in this case, what we've done is we've mapped out this booth, and you can see, we're in the financial area, we have the government office, we have manufacturing, but this is bringing real-time data out of this area, and it's bringing it again from collaboration endpoints where we have some purpose-built sensors.
And what can you do with those insights?
I can start adjusting things like temperature. I can lower the blinds. I can adjust LED lighting.
Later, Cisco CEO Chuck Robbins took the stage for his keynote where he put it all into perspective. Sustainability, if done right, it can create efficiencies that extend across the entire business.
Some of the large networks around the world, we've looked at, even if customers go out and borrow the capital to update their entire infrastructure, the underlying energy costs, savings offset the interest costs of borrowing the funds.
And that's good news for telcos whose tight budgets often restrict them from making upgrades. And that's where technology comes into play. Let's take this example using the Cisco Observability Platform.
We build a model into the FSO platform with our service organization that allows us to bring data from clouds as it relates to power consumption, CO2, carbon footprint, all of that. But we did the same for on-premises, for data center, like compute, network, and storage. Now you can optimize for infrastructure, and you say, hey, that infrastructure sucks more or less than the cloud. But we did the same for the workloads. So like you can make a decision, hey, that workload depends on a lot of this infrastructure on-prem and consume X on carbon footprint. If you want to move to the cloud, that's gonna consume Y. Is Y bigger or lower than this? And if that is bigger and it doesn't make sense to move there, can I make X to become a smaller X by changing equipment and stuff like that?
I'm now joined by Bob Belkowski with Logicalis. Thanks for your time today.
Hi.
Well, I have to say congratulations. You won 2 big awards here. The first one we'll kick off with is the Partner of the Year for Sustainability globally.
Correct.
So what's your secret?
We've worked very hard over the last 12 to 24 months on promoting our own credibility in this space. We've worked internally to make sure that we've got some very strong targets and messages that we put out to the marketplace, but also we put together quite a comprehensive go-to-market for our customers in the sustainability space. I think both of those things have combined to give us the.
Yeah, I think sustainability sometimes get lost in buzzwords and things that we all want to try to achieve. So what I love about technology is you really can see the efficiencies. So from a tech perspective, I mean, how are you driving that in the market? What does that look like? Paint a use case.
For us, we've spent a lot of time, maybe the last 12 months, creating a platform for our customers, which takes lots of feeds from various Cisco platforms, and it presents various metrics to our managed services customers. Cost efficiency, security, user experience, and crucially in this conversation, sustainability. So in the sustainability space, we give our customers a score out of 10, which indicates how efficient their devices are in terms of power utilization. And we can calculate a carbon footprint score for them as well, based on a variety of different inputs from the vendors and a rather long and complex algorithm that comes up with those metrics for them. That then helps prompt a discussion with the customer about how they can become more sustainable in their own environment.
Now, all of this comes as Cisco pushes towards its own net zero goal by 2040. It's also working towards a circular design process that it hopes to scale across its packaging and products by 2025. Now, as a partner-led company, Cisco's goals largely depend upon the success of its partners and how they engage with suppliers and customers. To make that easier, Cisco built out a sustainability estimator tool for partners,
giving you insight into energy savings, emissions reductions, and environmental impact by modernizing IT.
Because as we learned at Cisco Partner Summit, data will play a huge role in our sustainable future. For more coverage on sustainability trends and Cisco, be sure to follow along on Light Reading. Till next time, I'm Diana Blass.